Leon Bailey always finds a way to mess up his perception amongst Reggae Boyz fans and his Reggae Boyz colleagues.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
They got Gunnaz podcast.
If you are new to the channel, I am Dicanio, an Arsenal fan who covers everything Reggae Boyz and local football. If you enjoy the content that I do on this channel, please go ahead and hit that like button. Remember, every single video I do on this channel must get to 200 likes. So once you join, just remember to hit that like button. It's a very free way of supporting the channel. And another free way of supporting the channel is by hitting that subscribe button. Very free way to help the channel to grow and to join the Gunnaz community. Now, in this video, as you would have seen in the title, I am going to talk about Leon Bailey and Michail Antonio. Leon Bailey specifically for a video that was leaked on a specific YouTube channel by the name of Walking TV Family. It was a vlog, almost up to 2 hours long, but people who watched that video clicked up a specific part of that video with Leon Bailey calling his colleagues idiots. So we're going to talk about that, as well as the whole Antonio situation with him being included in the squad that is going around. Again, it's not official, but BAM Sports has posted a squad that they're saying is going to be the squad for the Gold Cup. So we're going to talk about that. But let's start off with Leon Bailey, right? So as you guys saw in the video, Leon Bailey was just talking with his friends, Javon East, another teammate of him, of his, who would have been friends with him from their days back when Leon Bailey just came on into the national team setup, right? So he was speaking to Javon East at some place in the night, alongside two other persons who I would assume are his friends, right? So in that conversation, they were talking about the camp, as in the Reggae Boyz camp, how it was back in the day when Javon East and Leon Bailey were both starters for the national team. That would have been back when Ravel Morrison came into the team as well, when we were playing against the likes of Saudi Arabia and Serbia, etc., right? So they were talking about how the camp was vibes back then and how the camp was good. They also made mention of the fact that the camp now is very lame and nothing compared to the camp before. Now, personally, I don't have a problem with that. To be very honest, I'm not going to bash Bailey that much because that was a private conversation that someone else who was a fan of Leon Bailey was recording, and I'm going to bash him for one thing, but I'm not going to bash him for saying that the camp is lame, right? It definitely does go to show the character and the type of person that he is, but I'm not going to say because he said that the camp is lame that is a big issue. What I take a big issue with is calling your fellow colleagues idiots. Like, come on. Yes, it's a private conversation, but he was well aware that that fan was recording, right? So even if the fan is recording a private conversation between him, a fellow reggae boy, and a few of their friends, it becomes a public conversation the moment that a fan is videoing you, and you know that that fan is videoing you. No fan is gonna video Leon Bailey and not post it. So if someone is videoing you as Leon Bailey, you must be aware and have some sort of social awareness to know that anything that you are saying while being videoed is more than likely going to be published. So in that moment, even if you say that the camp is lame, I don't think you should let it slip out of your mouth, knowing that you are being videoed. Say the colleagues are an idiot in the camp. Like he literally said, I'll be an idiot at the end of the camp, yeah.
Anyway, there, man. I'm from the party bus, man. Anyway, there, man. I'm from the party bus, man.
Oh, come on, bro. If the man them want to be going to them bed early, drink only water, no one feeling no vibes or listen to music before because them just want to set clean and easy and dip on them own. Nothing is wrong with that because guess what? The team that played when you were not playing showed a lot more fight, quality, and guts against Trinidad and Nigeria as opposed to you over your 2-year span with Jamaica, right? So if they don't want to have vibes in the camp but they are performing on the pitch, I don't have a damn problem with that. That is actually what I want going forward from these Reggae Boyz players. And it's a very good sign and it shows that they are model professionals. I'm pretty sure the camp at Aston Villa when they have Champions League nights. It's not a camp of partying and vibes and stuff like that. They're very professional. They get to bed early and they do everything the right way at Aston Villa. But yet still when you come back to Jamaica to represent professionally, you want the man them for vibes in the camp and this and that. Come on. The man them need to stay up late and play in a game like what you used to do or a sneak out for go party. And that you want the man them to do with you. But because your friends like Boyz and the rest of the man them they're in the squad, all of a sudden the camp is lame to you. And again, I've been in a camp before, football setting. I have no problem with Leon Bailey saying that the camp is lame because sometimes they're in a camp and it's lame for real. But as a professional, right? Don't go an extra step and say your colleagues them are idiot because they're not the vibes. Come on, brother. And again, if it was a private conversation, we wouldn't be having this conversation here on this channel. But it became a public topic when it was leaked. And it wasn't even leaked. He knew that the person was videoing. The person was clearly in the video saying, yeah, man, big baller Leon Bailey. And he had his phone up videoing Leon Bailey. So I think Bailey just needs to have more self-awareness, bro. Certain things, you know, say they on camera. From you on camera, just believe, say, everybody in the world like a see it. Especially everybody in Jamaica like a see it. Say they on camera, you know, just call your colleagues them idiot on camera, bro. Simple as that. Now, I see 43% I do a live earlier today. I said, yeah, Bailey get banned from the team and other shit like that. But I think he need to get banned for doing or saying that because, again, it was a private conversation. But I just think if this end up reaching teammates, if we just apologize, obviously there is going to be bad blood because they are humans and what if you call me idiot for I don't even know you, right? Some of them might not even care about it, but they might pre him a different way, right? So, yeah, man, hopefully that not really negatively affect the camp. But come on, brother. Just wise up. Just wise up, bro. You can't just live carefree like that and just say as you please. You have to have some sort of awareness. Now, moving on over into the Michail Antonio topic, because I've also heard that the camp has been a bit disjointed because of that leak that Michail Antonio was in the Gold Cup squad. I've also heard that a few players in the camp weren't too keen on seeing Antonio in the squad, especially due to the fact that Steve McLaren said before that the reason Shamar Nicholson is not in the team is because of fitness. So a lot of them are saying, not only players, but also fans are saying that how did Michail Antonio get selected if he's not fit, right? Now, just to address that, my first point addressing that would be when Steve McLaren was asked about the fitness of Boza, right? That was in regard to World Cup qualifiers. He was never asked about World Cup. And the response that he gave about the World Cup qualifier squad and why Boza is not in it perfectly aligns with what we saw. Boza was not in the squad and Antonio was not in the squad. Now, what people are doing is trying to twist Steve McLaren's words and saying that the fitness has to do with the World Cup squad, right? Which is not the case. His comments that he made were about World Cup qualifiers, and neither of them are in the squad. Boza is not in the squad, Antonio is not in the squad, right? That is for this Saturday and next week, Tuesday. None of them are in the squad, and that is what he made a comment on. Now, if it is that Michail Antonio is really in that World Cup squad, there's a reason for it. It's a 26-man squad, right? Right now, it seems very clear that Roman Burrell and Warner Brown are the top two fighting for the shirt, right? Now, if any of them are to score, or if one of them get their chance and they score in both the British Virgin Islands games and the Guatemala game, every Jamaican is going to want them to be your starting striker going into the World Cup, right? A good performance, a goal and assist, or a goal and assist in both games cements them as a starting striker going into the World Cup. No, by the time the World Cup should come around, Steve McLaren thinks that both Michail Antonio and Shamar Nicholson is going to be match fit. That is what he is thinking, right? Now, if we have two main strikers in Warner Brown and Roman Burrell fighting for the shirt, and more than likely one of them will cement their spot as a starting striker by the time the World Cup should come around. And the coach wants to carry a more experienced player, since both of them are young strikers, that can guide them, teach them, show them the way. Which one would he prefer? A fit Antonio or a fit Michail Antonio? We already, not Antonio, a fit Michail Antonio or a fit Shamar Nicholson? We already know who he's going to select. Ever since he's come in, Antonio has been second choice, and Antonio has been first choice, and Shamar Nicholson has been second choice. So if he has a choice to select between both players for one spot, he's going to select Michail Antonio, and that is why, allegedly, Michail Antonio was selected for that World Cup squad. Now, the Jamaica Football Federation have not posted the squad as yet. So once it is official, we will see. But I'm pretty sure when he is asked about that specific squad and why Antonio is in it, he's going to say because Antonio is fit at that time, right? And he prefers his first choice, which was always Antonio over Boza. Why is he going to bring 4 strikers to the Gold Cup? That doesn't make any sense. You would have to bring Ramon Burrell. You would have to bring Warner Brown. You would have to bring his first choice, Antonio. And then his second choice, Shamar. Shamar is not even his second choice anymore. He's gone down the pecking order. So he would want to bring 2 strikers. And if he wants to bring Antonio, I have no problem with that. It's a 26-man squad for a reason. All 26 players aren't even going to be playing. So why are we arguing about who gets in or who gets out? As long as the right ones that are selected are there, no problem. Because even though I rate Shamar Nicholson highly, he has not been at it. He has not been at it for his club. He has not been at it for Jamaica. He's been off it for the better part of a year. I haven't seen him have an exceptional game for Jamaica since he scored the 2 goals against Canada. Right? So if you're going to debate for Antonio to be out for Boza in, I am not going to entertain that debate. If you want to talk about Trevante Stewart that is hot in Serbia, then I would entertain that. Why could Trevante Stewart get a choice? But at the end of the day, football is a game of moments. Trevante Stewart got his chance when he was a star at Mount Pleasant, and he didn't really take it. Warner Brown is now the star of the Premier League at Arnett Gardens. He got his chance against St. Vincent, and he took it, right? So Trevante Stewart finds himself lower in the pecking order, and now Warner Brown finds himself ahead of Trevante Stewart. That is how football goes. You take a chance, you get another opportunity, right? So that is what I have to say about the Michail Antonio situation. Just leave the man alone. If the man wants to bring Michail Antonio to be a guidance and a leader, what is wrong with that? I've seen Austria bring an injured, David Alaba to a Euros competition because he's the spirit of that project. He's one of the most experienced heads, and he's won everything. He's played at the highest level. So what is wrong if C. McLaren wants someone who has played at the highest level, won a European trophy, has how many Premier League goals, has played in multiple positions all across his career? What is wrong if he wants to add that person and his 26th man in a squad? Even if he doesn't start, what is the problem? We know who our top 2 strikers now are, Burrell and Warner Brown. We should be arguing about why he's carrying 8 forwards, right? And 5 midfielders. We don't need 8 forwards. That is what the conversation should be about. Why is he carrying 8 forwards and 5 midfielders when we play a 3 midfield system? Where's the backup? So you're telling me if Isaac Hayden gets injured, you want that backup to be a Damian Lowe or Joel Latibody here? That is not acceptable. We've gone past those days. Bring an adequate backup. You have Souley McCullough. Bring Souley McCullough, who is more accustomed to that role, right? So that is a conversation that we need to be having around the Gold Cup squad when it comes out. You know, I hear about Antonio and this and that. And another thing with players, local players in the squad, having a problem with him being selected. I'm pretty sure some of those foreign-based players like Tyrese Campbell and Ramon Burrell would not have those same concerns. They would be very happy that Michail Antonio is in the squad because they would see him as a model professional and someone that they can look up to, who has played at the highest level, won European trophies, and is even still at the level that they are aspiring to be at. It's only in this local contingent that you see that level of bad mind and that level of watching man. You have the shirt already. See? You might have the shirt already. So just do your thing and keep your shirt. That way, if another player forward, it would even matter. Because guess what? You have the shirt and you're going to keep the shirt. But people, that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section. I didn't write a script for this video, so it's kind of all over the place, but hopefully you guys followed. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz podcast.